Better.
That's good, man. What type of books you got over there, man?
These are all Donna Goins books, brother. I had another interviewee who was here, and we realized that these are some of our first books in jail. You read some of these?
No, I always used to read the hood books.
These are hood books. What are you talking about? These
All
the
the
first hood.
cartels.
I don't know about the cartel, bro. These the first books that I ever read in like complete books that I ever read in my life, bro.
They got any sexuals?
Bro, you ain't never heard of Donna Goins?
No, I've never heard of
What?
them. No, I definitely got to
Bro,
check
you never
them
heard
out
of
now.
Whoreson?
No, we had nothing but the hood books that had.
Bro, these are the original hood books, bro.
But do they got the sexual stuff?
Yes.
Oh, then I definitely got to check that out then.
Bro, you tweaking, bro.
So, Mr. Butler,
Excuse me.
growing up in Black America, what were some of the earliest lessons you learned about race? Especially growing up in Atlanta, because in the time that you grew up in Atlanta, it was a different time.
You make it sound like it was slavery or something, bro.
It wasn't that me. I mean, nowadays there's white people walking around. There wasn't really white people walking around.
It
in the
was
early
in certain
2000s.
areas. All right.
Maybe on the south side, but like in Atlanta, no.
You know what? I think that I don't really think that I understood racism as I do now. I didn't understand. I mean, I understand one race of people not really liking another race of people, but I've had certain things to take place and really didn't pay attention to them, bro. Like I remember this security guard at Cross Keys High School. I remember we was on the 11th grade hall, 12th grade hall. I cannot think of his name, but he was tall. He had a beard. And I remember I was in the hallway with Charles Massey, Sharita. It was somebody, we was joking or something. Man, do you know this dude said y'all around him making noise and jumping up and down like a bunch of niggas? And bro, we just laughed it off. That is
He was white.
He was white. And this was around about 1995. That was a lack of understanding of self. You know what I mean? You know, I think that's why not just history but black history is so important in the school system, because if you don't know who you are, you don't know what you've been through, then you don't know where you're going and you don't even know what's offensive. Cause mind you, we high school kids at this time, bro. And this man just called us a bunch of niggas and we just laughed it off. I wish I could remember his name, but if you went to Cross Keys in 94, 95, 96, you know exactly who I'm talking about. He was a tall security guard and he had a beard. He had a full beard. It wasn't Purdom. Purdom was the old guy, but I remember that guy. He called Charles Massey was there. I remember seeing Charles. Am I saying his name right? Yeah, Charles was there. And that security guard called us a bunch of niggas, bro.
So let me ask you this, not to switch the subject, because it's still about race. How do you feel? How do you feel in regards of black men complaining about the dating society now, especially when trying to stay in their own race?
Hold on, say that again.
How do you feel about black men now complaining about? I'm sorry. How do you feel about black men now? Like, what's your take on black men complaining about trying to stay in their own race because of the dating?
So I don't know what black men are saying. I think that when it comes to dating or being in a relationship with somebody, bro, I think that's your business. If you want to date a baby 8, a white woman, or a black woman, 2 black women, or another black man, shit, that's your choice. Cause whatever make me happy, that's what make me happy. I'm not finna consult or check the comments or none of that, bro. If that's what make you happy, man, hey, go for that. I can't.
No, I had to ask that because you know, back in your days, it wasn't too much.
Bro, I don't know when you think I was born, bro, but
I'm just saying.
but you talking about it like it was like
it wasn't a lot of interracial going on in Atlanta, bro.
Are you serious
Where
right
you
now?
from is not a y'all would have to go out to
my
Cobb
dad
and go out
my
somewhere.
dad, rest in peace, has been married to a white woman, or been with a white woman for the last 40 some odd years.
How old are you?
I'm 48.
So since you was 8, he been with that same white girl.
I would say 8, maybe 9, 10 that I know of.
So he's one of the 1%.
I don't know what
you got to think about. In Atlanta around that time, it was nothing but.
When you say around that time, how old do you like?
So when I stayed in Atlanta in the early 2000s, I ain't seen no white people till I went to the South Side.
Where were you living at though, bro?
I was living on the West Side. I used to stay at Dixie Hill Apartments. I used to stay on Kimley Courts.
Okay, so let me say this for you. So I'm from Decatur.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it is.
No, let me finish what I'm saying. I am a Cross Keys Indian to my heart.
Yeah.
So when I say that, if you ever been to Cross Keys, if you ever been to Buford Highway, bro, I went to elementary school, junior high, and high school with all races of people: white, black, Ethiopian, Asian. I've seen mixed couples that are still together today. My environment is from one sector predominantly black, but when I go to Dreads and I go, bro, I got Chinese homeboys, I got white homegirls. That's just the environment.
See, that's Decatur though. See,
That's
Decatur. I mean, listen. However y'all know, y'all got that not Atlanta thing going on or whatever. I know. What's her name? Amaretta got y'all on that, but back in those days, some of them parts was still Atlanta. So,
bro, Buford Highway is Atlanta.
I think it is too.
No, I'm just telling you, it is. Buford Highway is Atlanta. It's not a question mark.
I know, but I'm saying so. Let Amaretta say it. None of that. Not Atlanta.
What's your next question? You sit here talking to me. I'm telling you, it's the city of Atlanta.
I agree with you too, bro.
It ain't nothing to agree with, bro. I'm letting you know
okay, so that's just like this, right? We gotta go through this.
You gonna die.
We gotta make it organically, brother. Just chill. I got you. So it's just like College Park, right? Certain parts of College Park is Fulton County, right?
Okay.
Some people don't consider that Atlanta. But technically, if it's Fulton County, it's Atlanta. And when I used to stay in College Park, certain places in College Park had an interchangeable address. You know what that is?
Not yet.
Interchangeable address.
Interchangeable?
Yeah, interchangeable.
Okay.
Address is when a city used to be a different city. Like certain parts of College Park, Georgia.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So remember,
and you still can put that to this day.
Okay, so you remember the initial question where you asked me about black men and white women.
Yeah.
And I told you it was to your discretion. I could kill this.
Yeah.
Listen, if this was interracial relationships, this is people addressing Atlanta as Atlanta. This is interracial relationships. This is the amount of fucks I give about what you call where it's at. I would get.
No, I like
call it
my
blue
dad
dog shit.
Yeah, see, my dad is the same way. He want me to be happy. He don't care about the relationships. I mean, the color or nothing. My dad got two things. He always told me, not that I ever do this. As long as it's a woman and as long as she can have babies, I don't care. Oh yeah, I might want to be tall. That's it. Like my dad don't really care. But it's certain. I done walked into certain people households where they can't bring no white girl, no Mexican, no none of that. So that's why I asked that.
Okay, yeah. It's I think, bro.
And predominantly, my bad to cut you off. Predominantly is people that's from Atlanta natives. See, Cobb County don't do that. It's people like their parents may be from Cobb County, but their parents might be from the city. And that's what they do. Cause my mama did that at first. I don't want no white girl, but at the time I kept putting that in her face just to piss her off.
I
And now she does not care.
I would just advise that you interact with more people
Yeah.
because Atlanta's a very inviting place, and I don't see race being in that aspect being a real strong element. Does that make sense?
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
I mean, at this time, I know a lot of people it's crazy. Your dad texting me right now. That's wild. Georgia Law GPT. That's crazy. Your dad just texted me.
I think he texts me too.
What's your next question, nigga?
So my next question is, do you like where hip hop is going? Or would you rather bring back the early 2000 hip hop? Cause if you ask me, I like the early 2000. Bring
Bro,
that
do
juvenile
all your
back.
questions refer to me as an old dude, bro? Because I feel like that's where you going with all
I
this,
mean,
bro.
you like to refer to yourself as an old dude, but when I prefer to you as an old dude, it's a problem.
All right, so
I'm Uncle Ed.
all right,
I done took it all in.
ask me the question again.
I said, do you like where hip hop is going, or would you rather the early 2000 hip hop?
In my personal opinion, I got two answers. One of them is they are both as dangerous and detrimental to the youth.
Yes, but I do think this generation is way worse than the last generation. I mean, you can kind of disagree because of the Tupac and the Biggie, but let's take out Tupac and Biggie. It ain't really nothing else violent going on. You got the Lil Durk, the NBA Young Boys, the King Vons. Like, I feel like it's more violently in hip hops because
You
these
just
are
over there
real.
making up words too.
I mean, y'all know what the hell I'm trying to say. That'd be all right. I just feel like it's more violent now than it used to be.
This is what I think that you're doing in reference to race
Mm-hmm.
and reference to zones and sectors in the city and to music. I think that your opinion is relevant in reference to your time span and your specific region because you have a certain era that you've grown up in or been exposed to.
Yeah.
And so that's what resonates with you. My answer is this. My answer is that from one level, it could be detrimental to people. I think on another level that I like hip hop. I got it on my playlist. I listen to it every day to some degree or another.
I listen to it too, but when I hear these youngins talk, I be like, you really said that?
You know, let me finish my motherfucking answer before you interrupt me.
Lost a little weight, haven't you? Feeling good about yourself, huh?
It's music that is coming out that I think is gonna be good for the city. I do. Jermaine Dupri is working on Magic City.
What? He's an old nigga. This really just proved my point.
I'm just saying, Offset just dropped the CD.
He's still mad about Cardi. He'll be alright.
You listen to it though?
Nah, I ain't listen to it.
Yeah, it's hey man, it's a ride. You can actually go and not.
I heard that Gunna bumping, so I might gotta hit that Gunna.
It is what it is. One of the things that kind of let me down with hip hop is Young Thug. Cause in my mind, this is why I say this. I thought that when he went to court and they told him not to talk about certain things, I'm thinking, oh, he gonna come home on probation. He gonna change the way called sleeping on the I don't know what that is. He said I thought my bad. I thought that he was gonna come home and he was gonna change some things. Cause if Thug would have came home like really on my perception of what could have been done, not talking about no gang stuff, not killing, not doing none of it, everybody else would have followed that lead. And in my mind, I'm very optimistic when it comes to certain things. Just think if Thug would have came home and he just would have pushed positivity and would have made amends with Lucci and made amends with Sir. It would have.
Certain beef
It would.
ain't recommend. So Thug allegedly got this man mama shot up. If somebody got your mama shot up, are you finna sit here and do this? Lucci would be looked at as a terrible person.
So, and I'm glad you said that. So here's where we are as a people.
Yeah.
Because fuck shit begets fuck shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so where does it stop? Or does it stop?
I just think that they should do with like.
Let me finish, because that was a comma. Was a comma. So what I'm saying is this, is that when we talk about gang beef, we talk about we got all these ops. Where does it end? Where I'm asking you now, where does beef end?
It can end, but y'all getting on the song and doing all this.
You ain't answering my question, bro. What I'm talking about a hypothetical situation. How does beef usually end?
With somebody dead or
and then after that, then what?
It keeps going.
And then, but what's the result? It's still death in jail. Okay, so only thing I'm proposing is an active solution. If the outcome is death in jail, anything is better than that.
But they haven't been going at each other though. Have you heard Thug and Lucci go at each other?
I think you misunderstanding the question that you asked me, and you misunderstanding my answer. My answer is that what I would have liked for it to go. I'm not saying that it'll ever happen, but if I could brainwash Young Thug and maybe like 3 or 4 of them, I could get the black community to where it need to be, because his voice would change everything. Then some of the old heads, they'd be like, he on this, they might jump on this. And then it'll just, if it started in Atlanta, then you'll catch Florida. That's me being optimistic. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So
paying it forward and trying to.
That's it, bro. And then it'll in my mind, I think it'll become a movement, bro. I was actually talking to Carlos. I was like, man, maybe I could have, if I could write a book. Well, let's just say I just was I got you're a Kung Fu champion, and I got a lot of firearms. Man, in a playful world where we would have to kidnap people and then make them get in the studio and then write some positive shit and make them create a peace treaty. I think that would be a dope book. But in reality, I was thinking that it was gonna turn out something like that, because he couldn't talk about certain things. But then he came home and said, I ain't even know I was locked up. And fuck that person. It is what it is.
I ain't really heard him too much talk about Gunna though.
He just talked about,
I mean, on Twitter, but he ain't really just addressed this. Everybody else dressing it for him. Bruh ain't really addressed
maybe he
it
can't,
like that.
maybe
because he can't, like you said, you know what I'm saying? But I do think that he should have pushed more positivity, but I'm playing devil's advocate too. I don't think that would be a good part. I'm never going to tell somebody to do something that I ain't going to do. That man allegedly had Lucci mama shot. You know what I'm saying? So when that's said and done, I would never sit down with a nigga that did that. We ain't gotta kill each other because we know where this go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The beef can be over. You stay on your side of the fence, and I'm stay on my side of the fence. But as far as them talking, I would never want that to happen, because I know how myself is, and I always say you gotta practice what you preach to be.
Let me know when it get at 30.
You gotta practice what you preach when you want to be a good leader. And stop.